How you going, guys? So, back here this morning. Hey, I want to apologise for some of the last few videos. I've sort of ended it really abruptly. It's more just due to the fact that sometimes I get to a time crunch and I don't get the chance to do an ending. Just because when I get to about 2:30 in the afternoon, I've got to go pick up the boy, and sometimes if I don't realise what the time is and then I go, I forget to do a sort of like, say, thanks for watching, all that sort of stuff. It's not me trying to be rude, it's just sometimes it's just how it happens, and I forget when I'm sort of when I'm doing the editing to add that in or go do something. But anyway, this morning I've been running a bit late because Rachel had an ear infection, so she's gone to the doctors, and I was just trying to help her out in bits and pieces and get sorted for that and get the young fellow to school. She would normally be working, but because the ear is playing up too much and she can't handle it, she actually went to the hospital because the medical centre that's close to us wasn't open last weekend, and they gave her a script for some antibiotics and bits and pieces. She's been taking some Urimol or whatever. Yeah, they keep changing frickin' names on pain medication. So she's been taking that and the antibiotics for the last few days, and it's sort of got better about midweek, but last night she was just about crying off frickin' night. So with the pain, she'd taken like a couple of Urimol during the night, and it took the edge off it, and that was about it. So yeah, she's gone back to the doctors this morning, so hopefully she's alright, and she can get something else to hopefully clear it up or sort it out. But anyway, so I was running late, and I wanted to get a brush for the parts cleaner, but I didn't actually find exactly what I wanted, because I just got a normal kitchen scrubbing brush, which has got quite a hard bristle on it. I want to get wire ones that are got almost the sort of like really heavy nylon brush on the end of them, sort of like a cylindrical, sort of a bit like that, but the brushes are quite long and they're really coarse. I'm going to grab one of those at some point. Dad's got one at home, but I couldn't find it, so I just went to the local, what do you call it, home hardware type stuff where they sell tools and all that sort of crap. So I grabbed one of those, and I grabbed some of those. I think they were like $5 for those three. I think that was like $2 or $3 or something. And while I was there and I was walking out, there had a $10 one of those $10 tool bins, grab whatever you want, and each thing was $10. So I actually grabbed a couple of these. I seen them in there because I've got some small ones, but I haven't got any of those big ones. So I grabbed two of these, and fuzzies are sticking to them already. But yeah, no, I grabbed two of these. I thought, because I haven't got any of the big ones. I've got the little ones, but yeah, I haven't got any of the big ones. So I just grabbed two of them for myself. I thought for $10 each, to throw in my toolbox if I use them 2 or 3 times a year, that's all I use them. But then I got them, and the big ones are always handy because they've got a bit more guts in them. But anyway, so I'm going to go have a look. I haven't even looked in here yet at the parts wash, so we'll go over there and have a look, and we'll have a bit of a scrub. But I'll just check the messages because I think Rachel just sent me a message, so I'll just check, see what's going on. Alright, so hopefully you can see that alright. Actually, I might turn the phone around and just put it on. Pain in the ass because then I can't see the screen, but I'll put it on wide view. Righty, that's a bit better. Just gives me a bit more view. I can see most of this now. Anyway, let's have a look. Grab the wee scrubbing brush. This carburetor first. So there's anything in here. Maybe Sparko or Bathco or whatever else. I'll just check that message. I'll be back in a second. I should need to turn these notifications off, but then I missed it. Righty, let's have a look. This time. This time. Righty. Get that out of the road. Turn that on. We'll get this we scrub. So the shit comes off. Yeah. Play by mate. Right. So that stuff's working alright. It's come up fairly clean. So obviously it is it's copper or something very similar to that. Copper or bronze or brass or something. This old carburetor. Anyway, I'll have another wee place if we can get some of these screws out of these pieces. Hopefully maybe just with soaking and that stuff it might have been enough to even, give these a half a chance of coming undone. But yeah, I'll just check some messages and we'll be back to you shortly. Righty, let's see. We'll try and have a go at getting these out. Scrape out of the road a bit. Clear some space. It's a bit of a mess. See how we get on here. Yeah, things a bit cleaner and a bit of soak. Go. Sweet. And that shaft should come out of there. Perfect. So we can remake these shafts if they're a bit worn. Or I can probably get my brother to make up some little bushes to put in there if we need to, or anything. Now we can clean it up properly. Give it a light sand blast or even a sand up or whatever. That's cool. That's one. These two might be lost cause. Yeah. Now, time to drill. Time to drill. Like. How am I going to do this? See. I'll just advise. Stop, you'll set myself up. Right, so the plan is, I'm going to find a nice small drill bit. I'm going to try and drill down through the centre of these and slowly get bigger and bigger until I can get them to break, well, almost right out to the edge, and then I'll find a bigger drill bit and I'll gently come in from the other side. So the pilot hole can be enough to that I can get a bigger drill bit, so I can just hopefully knock the tops off, and then I can break the rest of it away or something like that. We'll go gentle and we'll go slow. Well, that's the bloody plan anyway. Sorry, I forgot to turn the camera back on. So I managed to draw them out. This one here came out not too bad. I managed to get that one out, but it didn't happen to go very straight into there, unfortunately. But it should be right. I'm going to have to make this shaft again anyway. Get somebody to make it. Probably get my brother to do it or something, since he is an engineer, but we'll see if we can get this blade out now. And then get the shaft out. Sets that out. So if we have to, we might get away with that. We might have to remake it, but we might be right. Let me get this out of there. So as you can see, I didn't quite get through square there, but it's out, we can remake it. So I'll clean the rest of the crap out of the carburetor again. Put some broken shit, give it a flush out and a blowout. And that's stripped down now, basically, apart from that one there and that one there that can come out, but there's probably no need. And there's another one here, but again I don't know if there's any real need. Just give it a good flush out now. Yeah, I'll go give it a flush out. Get all the shavings and shit out of there. You can see in there. Only other thing I forgot about is just I'll tap this out. Yeah, sweet. So that's fine. Yeah, cool. Alright, go give that other piece of clean out now. Right, so I'll just give that a wash out, just bang this back in here. It's actually got a little tiny thread, it's actually, where are we? Focus, 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 focus you bloody thing. Oh man, come on. Oh, just my hand, I'll focus on that. Anyway, there's like a little thread just on the end of this piece. It's just threaded into that piece, it's not actually threaded through. So I'll put that back in there. So it doesn't get lost. Yeah, this is quite worn on that end of that shaft anyway, so it needs remade. Shame couldn't get it out intact, but it needs remade. And obviously the screws need replaced now. This might be alright. And I don't think there's anything else that really needs to come out of there. We've actually got bushings in it, so they can probably be replaced. Looking at that. And this isn't probably really critical, but it's nice to be able to pull it apart and clean it. It's only a choke. If it sucks a little bit of air in through there, it's not mattering much. It's only really a choke, so I can try and get this off later and give it a real good clean up and whatever. Well, that's cool to have that all stripped down that bar. I don't know if I need to come down any further. Possibly I can make up a tool to get this out, to get all these bits out, just to make sure that there's nothing else that needs to come out of there. Maybe it looks like that possibly if I get this out, then I can get that centerpiece out way down in there. It looks like that will come out if I can get that out, but don't know. It's probably not going to have that many much problems really. It's cool. I didn't really do any damage. I just nicked the sidewall there a couple of times, but it's not critical. I was trying to drill it out. Just rubbed against it a couple of times. That's cool. Right, so that's the carburetor stripped. Also got to clean up all these other little pieces. I'll just double check, make sure all these all are working and all those sorts of things. Just clean them up, whatever. So I'll do them a couple pieces at a time so I don't lose anything. and don't misplace my order until we put that back together. I might see if I can get some screws and some butterflies out of one of these other ones, just to see if maybe this happens to be the same size, and maybe the screws might be possible to go in a new shaft and make them fit. So I'm not looking for screws, but because this is of a similar diameter, that fits in there. So it's a possibility that these screws, I know the shaft's not going to be right, but the screws might be able to be made to fit a new shaft. So I might try and get them out. It's a bit of a shame to pull this apart, but it is what it is. It's actually sprung. It's got a sprung choke on it, so it actually comes off by itself. At least it doesn't get stuck on there, I suppose. Anyway, we'll really part these here when we get these out. Too big. You need some coaxing too to come out. Alright, that's one. Yeah, they would do to go back in there. We'll go back in a new shaft. Sweet, let's come to it. That out of there, if I can get this butterfly out. I ain't going to get that down there, am I? Sweet, come. So the butterfly. It would do. It's not 100% the same. It's not 100% the same. This would probably be fine. Still, the whole offset's is slightly different. But when you're making a new shaft, that doesn't matter anyway. You can make it to suit. It's the same width, it's just not quite, it's more round where this is more slightly oval. Anyway, I'll just poke that back in there in the meantime. Where are we at now? Let's check some messages and stuff. I'm just going through, sorry, how you going guys? So I'm just going back through some of these bits and just slowly clean them up. As you can see, I soaked that for an hour or so, a couple of hours I suppose. Probably needs another bit of a go, but that's clean. I gave the, this is the one bolt that was in there, or screw, whatever you want to call it. I haven't cleaned that one up yet, but I pulled another one out of one of these other carburetors. It's the same thing. It's a little bit long, but I can always shorten that if need be. I've done that. I've cleaned this up. I've kind of cleaned that up. I haven't really sort of clean, but I've gave it a quick rinse. Obviously I've done the body. I'm not too worried about these shafts. Sometime in the next couple of days I'll want to talk to the owner and just see where he wants to take these bits to, and see if we can get a couple of new shafts made. Not too probably panicked about that. That's probably not critical, but definitely needs a new throttle shaft, and try and find some screws to fit it, or use these and get it fitted to this, and make sure that the bushings in here are the right, slack, because there is a little bit of movement in this. So that will mean that it will suck air and play up. It'll be hard to tune, so if we can eliminate that, that'll be good. So just little things like that. So I'm just going through and cleaning all these pieces. I cleaned these up before too, gave them a good soaking and rinse. So I'm just going through these one by one so I can sit them all back in the same place so I don't forget where they were. Like, I've got photos of how this is all sitting, and I've got the videos of how it goes back together, just in case I forget where something goes, which is quite possible. There's lots of little pieces here. That's the first one of these I've pulled apart. So I'm just going to go through and clean all these bits up, put them back in the right place, and then once we get the throttle shaft and that rebuilt and made and new bushings put in here or whatever, then we'll reassemble it, and hopefully at some point we'll get an opportunity to, once we've gone through the bits and pieces on the motor and just make sure everything's fine, we might better start it up, whether it's on the bench or in the car. I don't know. That could be a lot miles down the track, but at least we'll have the carburetor rebuilt. So I'll carry on cleaning parts. I'll just come back when I've got a few more cleaned. No point sitting there watching me for 20 minutes clean stuff. While I'm at it, and I remember talking about cleaning stuff, so I've pulled the stuff out now. It's fairly clean. I've just sat it here, like it'll get another rinse and a wash down and all that sort of stuff before it ever goes back together, if we use these bits. There's another diff that we will strip. I don't know where that is, but it's here somewhere. So we'll pull that apart at some point. So I've still got some other bits soaking in there, so I'll just clean these other parts up now for that carburetor too, while I'm letting bits and pieces soak. I'll put a few bigger bits in here, the carb sitting back in there, and then obviously there's not a lot left else from the diff from there. I might dump these down in there. Like, these bearing races aren't going to be used, but I'll put them in there and clean them up anyway, so at least we know what they are and what we're looking for. Sit them down there, let them soak. I wouldn't say this is an aggressive cleaner. I wouldn't say it's aggressive. It works well, but it takes a while. It mightn't be so bad if it was like clean, clean oil and clean grease, like it's only been there, I'm talking, short term, as in, like 10 or 15 years or something like that, and it's come off a vehicle and you've stripped it down and cleaned it up. It's going to probably work okay, but with this stuff that's been sitting, and we're talking, almost 100 years old, and God knows when the last time it was apart and all this was cleaned up, it's probably never been apart, that diff. I might have had the oil change once or twice, but once or twice in 100 years is not very often. Anyway, I'll throw a few more pieces in there. So yeah, what else am I going to do now? So, that's all good. I'll let that stuff soak for half an hour, I'm going to run out of time eventually here shortly. Probably get another hour or so here, maybe, tops. So I can only sort of puddle away with this stuff. What else can I look at? I could pull the head off the engine, but I don't really want to open up too many things like that. And they've like 50 things all apart. Hold on, I'll turn the camera around. I don't want to have too many things cooking in the kitchen, if you know what I mean. These are, these mechanical pieces are, I wouldn't say they're complicated, but they're complicated enough to not have too many parts sitting everywhere. If you want to try and work on something else, then you end up with bits and pieces everywhere. There's lots of little projects here to be done. That's just a matter of trying to get some of these things organised again, like this thing where we're going to do some inquiries. I joined a Facebook group the other day, but I keep forgetting to jump on there and ask a few questions and see if we can find some of the stuff for those door catches we still need to. We've got one there we can butter up, if you know what I mean, but probably, we can probably cast a couple of these and make do or something like that if we have to, if we can't find a couple, but we'll try and find a couple, and we've got some spare parts here if we need them. So, yeah, anyway, I'll get back to you shortly. Right, here you go, guys. So, yeah, I'm packing up. I'm about ready to head off. Just like to say, thanks for watching lots of stuff. Hey, just a couple of ideas. Basically, at the moment, I'm filming it, what I do for the day. I go home, edit it, try and get it edited that night. I don't always necessarily get it out the next day, because sometimes I try and put out little videos in between just to help break it up, so it's not all Studebaker as much as possible. I'm actually going to hopefully go catch the part of a car run tomorrow from one of the local clubs, and do a little bit of video and maybe catch a few different cars and bits and pieces, and I don't know, maybe the burnout or something. Pretty nice. But anyway, what I was thinking was, do you want me to put out a video every day? Like, do you want me to get a couple of days worth of footage and then try and squeeze it into 30 minutes and show you something? Or are you just happy with the way it is? At the end of the day, it doesn't worry me a shit. I'm just trying to make the content as good as I can with what I've got. I'm trying to do it by myself and trying to do it with the phone and the environment I'm in. Like, I can only do what I can do until such point as money get better, and maybe I can, when we get down the line, 40, 50,000 subscribers or something like that, then I might better get somebody to help, or if I get to America, me and Arco, we can film each other and set up stuff and help each other out, and then we might better get better content, like sound wise and that sort of thing. Mics cost money, all that sort of stuff costs money. Like, I can't do that on my budget very easy at the moment. But anyway, I better wrap this up, otherwise I'll run out of time. The other thing is, if anybody, because we're still having a little bit of a fight with this freaking America shit, anytime I ask somebody over here and try and go through, I've talked to a lawyer, and they said as far as they can work it out, and they were talking to some other people in America, if you're getting sponsored to go for work, it's going to be started in America. Now, Heidi and Arco have talked to people, because we talk to each other every day, almost every day. But yeah, they were saying, everybody, when they talk to somebody, that I've got to start it. We're really confused. We don't really know what to do here. I'm going to do some more inquiries myself. I'm going to talk to some other people. But if you're in New Zealand and you're near me and you're watching and you know anything about this visa stuff, like getting a visitor's visa and all that sort of stuff, it's probably not easy at the moment, but that's a simple thing. You just go, I want to go to America for a certain amount of time, 3 months, 6 months, or whatever, and you go on a holiday. But this working visa sponsorship through me going to work for somebody, it's a different kettle of fish. Like it may as well be potatoes and ice cream, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so yeah, if you've got any experience in this in the last few years, even if you've gone over to the States and worked for just a few months doing something, give us a yell, get hold of me, whatever. Like, I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. So yeah, you'll find me if you type in NZ Mopar or something like that. I'll come up on one of those things. Or I've got links in my profile. So yeah, just jump on there and get hold of me or whatever, and just give us a hand. See if there's something that somebody else might be able to shed some light on, especially if they had experience with it and done it before. I know me going there permanently lives is a bit different than going for a few months, but if I have to do that for a start, I have to try and work it out. It's that's what I'll do. But anyway, I better get out of here. So here, please like, share and subscribe. It doesn't cost a bloody thing. If you're watching it, and you, please give us a like, but hit that like. If you haven't subbed, please sub. And if you enjoy the content, share it with your local Facebook group, car group or whatever. Try and get me out there, because I want to give away that Mantique cakes when I get to 1,000 subscribers, and all those sorts of things. So I'd like to have that happen sooner than 6 or 12 months down the track. And then I can get monetised, and that will help me also with getting to the States and getting better gear, and maybe getting a mic that I can wear when I need to talk and all that sort of stuff from distance away. But anyway, we'll catch you later on. Cheers.